To the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Mexico City Diablos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
You can't block me.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Go. 10 logo. 55. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Score. Score. Spot. Go.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. 14 yards there, and a Buccaneer first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Set, ready, 50, plant. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, hey, watch the ship, watch the ship. General West. Snap.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Set. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
36, 30,
Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now back to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
45, 45, Mike, 45. Hey, let's get that ball. Ready?
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second and 11 now. Darnold got a man open. It's Ross. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it first and 10 up at the 20. Now Joe Mixon fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Darnold. Open man is Ross, complete. 11 yards there, first down.
To John Ross. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Diablos.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on second and 13, Darnold. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Out routes are always timing routes, and if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Charlie. Check 24. Check 24.
Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there, and that's exactly what happened on that play.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Check the backer, check the backer.
61, matchbox lights.
He'll look to throw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
60 outlaw.
55 to Mike.
First down at the 16-yard
Pilot,
line.
64, weak. Hey, wahoo.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Coming, baby.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Brashad Perriman, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Check. Crouch. Crouch. Crouch.
Defense.
This is Jones. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Ready, break.
55. Watch the run. They're running, man.
5.
They'll look to throw here. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
4th down and 1.
So on 4th down, on comes the Buccaneer kicker, Matt Gay. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
At the 29-yard line.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Now it's Mixon running right. And some room to work. And they rattle off a big one. 46 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today, a guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Another try for Mixon. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Mike 51, Mike. No, waiting. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, go, go.
Now Darnold on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. John Ross there to make the grab. And his guys have taken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Squeeze.
He's checking.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Now.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
At their own 42-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run here with Mixon. "27 yards there, a first down." We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On first down, it's Darnold. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. That'll bring up 2nd down. Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold, and that is incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And his kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Topper! Hey, Echo! 55! Shoot!
They'll set up a throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Danny. Check 43.
Hey, Zoo!
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sam Hubbard making his presence felt in the backfield. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Mixon with a first down carry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
At the Buccaneers' 42-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Just like that.
Back to throw, Darnold. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown. John Ross, as the first half is winding down. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, let's go!
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Mixon. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
Mixon with it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game, and I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
He's crossing.
A toss play to Mixon. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Check 45 to Mike. You got nothing. You got nothing.
On 2nd and 12, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start in the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Orbit.
Out of the shotgun. Here's Darnold. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. A big play there. And even 50 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. On 1st down, Mixon. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Joker, 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 joker. Check 3, check 3. Watch the safety creep.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Hey, Alpha. 51
A shotgun snap for Darnold. And it's caught. Touchdown. Marquise Goodwin there to make the grab. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Let's go. Get hit.
Back to throw here. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 58 yards. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs are able to cut in now to that deficit. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
We're going to start. 51 to Mike. Cut. Red 80. Shot.
They'll run with Mixon. And an alley to run. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The offense on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
2nd and 3. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go.
The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Check Mike, check Mike.
He'll drop to throw. It's complete to Graham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Looking to throw. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Set, ready. 10 Lobo.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Defense.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. And he's got some space here. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. And a huge play that time. 44 yards on the ground.
44 yards on the play. And the Mexico City first down.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Madison. He completes it to Boyd. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Set. 18 Gator.
Come to my work.
Bravo.
We won. Come to my work. Check 45 to my go.
On 1st and 10, Madison to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Delta.
51, Mike 51. Come on,
Hey, Haywood.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. And that'll set them back 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15.
3 down. Hey, check.
Hey, Charlie.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Let's go, team.
Operating from the gun, Madison. And it's caught. Touchdown. Tyler Eifert there to make the grab. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Gets fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check. Hey, you draw quarters.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 7.
Any weapon. Get it.
They'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the...
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. That is just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. The opening week, certainly he didn't want to throw an interception, but the rookie got it out of the way. That's the first of his career.
Veterans throw interceptions week 1, week 2, week 3. It happens along the way. But you're right. He got it out of the way. It's over. The big thing for him is, can he answer this question when he gets to the sideline? What did you see? Why did you make that throw? They'll work with it from there.
Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
They're going to look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
50 seconds to Mike. Watch the run.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot. 57's the mic.
Second and 5. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! Mike Evans, 32 yards. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
They'll take over.
Let's go,
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, let's go. That's right, baby. They don't want General West. Go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Hey, Echo.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. 6-man. Check curls. 51, Mike. Mike, 51.
On 3rd down, Madison. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line. Sit up. SOS. 6-6. Pull it high. SOS. Now.
Looking to throw. Madison. He's going to sling this deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll look to throw again. And it's caught. Touchdown. John Ross with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. The The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Ready, set.
50. Let's go. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Out. 3 down. Out.
Go.
Watch the motion.
Hey, zoom. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check 37.
Shoot.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for our visitors, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.